So the next part I want to talk about is the tooth. Go back a little bit to when we were talking about the mouth. The tooth is obviously embedded in the mouth. These are the gums. The tooth is the strongest material in the body, the enamel, which is this part of the tooth, the outer portion. The enamel is stronger than bone, and inside the tooth are all these nerve plexuses and stuff. So when you have a cavity, a big hole, and it's touching the nerve plexus, that's when you're going to have pain in a tooth. Like I said, the tooth is part of mechanical digestion, so it mashes and kind of breaks down the food in the mouth, so it's easier to swallow. This is a diagram of the small intestine. The small intestine, regardless of its name, is much larger than the large intestine. And there's the function of the small intestine is basically it absorbs and digests about 90% of the food eaten, where the stomach and large intestine is about 5 to 10%. So the small intestine is made up of 3 parts. There's the duodenum here, which we talked about, and that connects to the stomach. And the duodenum takes the chyme, the broken down food and bits from the stomach, and it kind of mixes with the enzymes from the liver and the gallbladder and the pancreas here. So this is a vital part of digestion. So it travels down the small intestine and it gets to the jejunum, which is the middle part. And then the jejunum is specialized for absorption of nutrients like proteins and fats and water-soluble vitamins. Then as it travels around, we get to the last part of the small intestine, which is the ileum. The ileum is the final section that connects to the large intestine, right here. This portion is the ileocecal valve, and this is the cecum of the large intestine. The cecum receives chyme from the ileum at this valve, and it kind of like mixes the fluids and the remaining salts in with mucus. So the large intestine, this is the ascending, transverse, descending, and sigmoid portions. The main function of the large intestine is to absorb the water from the indigestible food matter and transmit the waste down through the colon and the rectum and out of the body. When a person is constipated, for example, there's a lack of H2O in the bowels, so the stools become really hard and circular, and it's just really hard to pass, and it can be compacted. There's another picture of the small intestine. And then, getting towards the end, the rectum is this area. And this is kind of a temporary storage area before the feces is expelled from the body. And down here, which you can also see in a larger picture. So this would be the rectum. And here's like the anal canal and the anus. And the anus is these strong muscular sphincters, and it controls the expulsion of feces from the body. These are mainly voluntary, and the pressure exerted from the large intestine kind of signals you that you have to go to the bathroom. So that's my presentation.